What in the blue hell is going on in Vegas? What is going on, Raider?
Even when you feel low, you can still go.
Welcome back, Raider Nation, and my champions. This is Eric. We are live at halftime, 17-14, leading, not a win, all over the place with this. I'm telling you what, I've got some ideas of what's going on. I'll get to that in a minute. Let's go to the rundown. I'm going to get through this. I want to get to your question and answers really quick. I also have a voting poll here on the YouTube side. Also, welcome to the TikTokers in there. Got 36 people in here enjoying this. I want you to grade the first half. A, B, C, D, or F for you TikTokers. Put it in the chat right now. We're going to be going on there right now. So let's get to our rundown. And I don't know. Let's get to the good, bad, and ugly. Whoop. Well, let's go to the good, bad, and ugly. The first thing, the good. Let's talk about this. Jarrett Stidham. I mean, is this the Jarrett Stidham era? I got some early ideas on this. I won't want to give it away. We'll get to that on the last bullet point here. But guy's been amazing. We're going to go over the stats for the first half. I think they got as many first downs as they did all of last game, to be honest with you. It's kind of weird. Everybody's kind of playing a lot better. What's up, X-Gen? I see you in here. How you doing today? Doing very well, not only in relief, but also against arguably one of the best defenses in the NFL. Alvaro Delgado, I see you in YouTube as well. Stidham doing his job, not panicking, relying on the talent around him. He is. We're going to get to that next one. That's running downhill, of course, with Josh Jacobs. Also, Brandon Bolden was running the ball as well. Josh Jacobs kind of took an early powder for what we were told was a hip injury. He came back in running pretty well until that goal line stand. Actually, I don't blame him for that one. Eric Armstead made a hell of a play. Threw Colton Miller down like a little kid. Got past the block of the fullback and made the tackle and stuffed him on 4th and goal. So can't do anything about that. Armstead's a stud. It is what it is. Let's get to the bad. Christian McCaffrey, oh my goodness. I mean, we'll get to the stats, but he's almost near 100 yards already combined in the air and running the ball. Unbelievable. And then Brandon Ayuk. I got to put Brandon here because he should have probably had that touchdown down the seam. He slipped and fell, didn't connect. And of course, he got the other touchdown. Excuse me. Nate Hobbs was complaining for a PI call. I think it was rather light, but in light of all the other non-calls that are happening, you can tell the bias is for the burgundy and gold. Hey, Al's Ghost, I see you in here as well. How are you doing today? Unbelievable. We are leading this game. Now, as far as an ugly, well, this could very well be an ugly as well. We're our linebackers. Look at this. I mean, Patrick Graham, when are you going to be benched? I mean, you are just absolutely horrible. Here's McCaffrey. Here's the lane. There is nobody there. We're very lucky that this was not a touchdown. Quite frankly, I think it should have been. I think maybe McCaffrey took a misstep. Looks like a lot of players on both sides are taking missteps. I don't know if there's something going on with the grass. If it was watered too much or what. A lot of slipping and sliding in today's game. Let's get to the bad, though, and that's the red wave. We talked about that. I know, Alex Ghost, you mentioned that. There's going to be predominant Niner Empire fan base, and you can see it in there. And it's not only going to that, it's going to these referees and these bad calls as well. George Kittle, WWE, absolutely flopping down. That was no PI whatsoever. The Hobbs one probably was, but the one before that was absolute garbage. There's been a lot more things going on. Number 54, I don't know his name. Was it Greenlaw on 49ers? That little piece of shit. He is a dirty little piece of shit player. I saw 2 times where he's hit Stidham late. No calls. No fucking calls. If that would have happened the other way around, there'd have been 10 fucking flags on the ground. I am sick and tired of this nonsense. We're going to be protecting the quarterback. You got to protect the Raiders quarterback too, refs. let's get to what I talked about, these 4 keys to the game. If they were going to throw the game, Brandon Ayuk, he should have had that big play. He slipped and fell down, but he did get the touchdown. McCaffrey's going crazy. He very well could get over 150 combined yards. I believe he's near 100. We'll look at the stats in a minute. Stidham's playing well, very well. And I want to talk a little bit about that. Bosa's kind of been a little bit disruptive. No sacks yet, but doing okay, but not having the great game that he probably needs to have, especially as a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. And let's get to the Q&A. I want to hear what you guys have to say. How are you guys doing today out there? We're going to get to this. No, this is not a 49er shirt. This is for my fantasy team. We are in the fantasy championships. We're actually playing for something unlike the Raiders and Josh McDaniels. And I talked about this in the game review or the preview on Friday night, where I had not seen a game from Josh McDaniels where I could say, oh, you had some great play calling. This could be the first one. And you know what? This is almost like a double bluff. He takes, can't call a play to save his friggin' life, drops Derek Carr, brings in Stidham to be basically fed to the Wolves, to arguably the best defense in the league. And now all of a sudden he can call all these plays, mix it up, keep the Niners defense again. I think one of the best defenses in the league, absolutely, if not the best, keeping them on their heels. Where the hell was this all year? I mean, and then there's conspiracies. A lot of people talked about this where they were setting Derek Carr up, and it almost feels that way, to be honest with you. Stidham's doing all right. He had that one that kind of sailed away from him. The announcers kind of talked about that, but in general, he's playing a good game. Not only that, the play calling is backing him up. They're not letting him sit in the pocket. They slowed down this pass rush early with some effective draw plays and screens and quick option passes. Where the hell was this all year, Josh? You suddenly quit taking your stupid pills? I don't understand this. So, yes, Alex Go says the play calling makes me think that Derek Carr was sabotaged. He's calling easy completions, play action, etc. And not only that, I mean, look at Darren Waller. He was stretching out for a play. I haven't seen him put forth that much effort since probably signing his contract extension, to be honest with you. I don't know what's going on with this team. It's honestly, it feels like a clown show still. It's ridiculous how this is going. It's funny because the Raiders are winning. I am not really happy about this because Josh McDaniels, where the hell were you all year? Where were you all year? Why did we get shut out against the Saints? Why was it a game against the Houston friggin' Texans, arguably the worst team in the league, and we had to be a miracle to win that friggin' game? Where the hell was this offense before? Are you saying, well, now I put my guy in, now I'm gonna coach now, I'm gonna play call now, see how Derek Carr sucks? I'm not buying it. Now, Derek Carr did throw some crappy passes, especially the last few weeks. I'm not going to lie, he played crappy in a few games, and especially the Pittsburgh game, those two of those 3 interceptions, not the one off Foster Moreau, because Moreau's a piece of crap, but those other 2, those were straight on Derek Carr, and I called him on it. But all year, this is the first game, this is game 16 of the Raiders season. This is the first game I can say, Josh McDaniels, it looked like you had a clue running the offense. You weren't going for it with fake punts, being up 10-7 in games. You're mixing it up. You're keeping this great defense on its toes. Bosa's still trying to get his. He's kind of unstoppable, but you're kind of relatively keeping him at bay given how studly the guy is. I don't know what to say about it, to be honest with you. Alsgo says, Waller remembered how to catch a ball with 2 hands, and Tay remembered how to put 2 feet in bounds. Adams made a great play, obviously, at the end there. I don't know what to say. I mean, the Raiders, if you grade on a curve, I see a lot of people voting B. That was a unanimous here as far as the first half. To me, I'm going to give this an A grade as the first half. Despite the defense looking like ass, for the offense to step up and play call and to be as productive as they are with Stidham, handling the 49ers defense. Let's say what it is. 17 points. I'm surprised we even get that the whole game. We got that in the half. Now, of course, the Niners get the ball in the second half. They start out with it, but still, we're making a game of it. And again, this reeks that you were trying, like Alex Go said, we were trying to sabotage Derek Carr because the play calling is night and day. If you're a Raider fan, you know what I'm talking about. The play calling has been pathetic. The defense, Patrick Graham, you need to go. Bring back Gus Bradley. You know, he's Buddy Ryan compared to this guy. How the hell do you leave the field wide open with arguably one of the best running backs to catch the ball ever? At least right now, presently, I'm telling you, he just broke Roger Craig's record. Record they said for receptions by a running back. So he's one of the best at catching the ball as a running back. Field's wide open. Oh, we had an injury here. No excuses. He's our toughest weapon. What are you guys doing? Again, Patrick Graham, go back to New York. You were pretty good there as a defensive coordinator. Here you're garbage. And I know you don't have the same talent, but still. It's so egregious to leave the field wide open. Now, if you had a scheme and a guy was there, and he got juked and made look stupid by Christian McCaffrey, and McCaffrey scores, okay. At least you put the guy there. You need to get better players. I can understand that, but that's not the case. It's too easy for him. It's too easy for Brock Purdy. We're not getting enough pressure. McGlinchey is doing okay against Max Crosby. I think Purdy can scramble, a little deceptive with the speed, to be honest with you. Nothing from the other side. It's not going to happen. Trent Williams is going to dominate. He's dominating the run and the pass blocking duty, or pass blocking and run blocking duties. It's going to happen. Bilal Nichols is an absolute waste of money, to be honest with you. No pressure. They're doubling Billings, and they put one guy on Bilal Nichols, and he's just basically dancing with the guy. It's pathetic. Same old holes, same old problems. We talked about defensive tackle. So we're almost at the second half. I will be on tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Raider time, to do the full game review. I know we'd probably be better off to lose this game, but I still want to win. I'm part of the Al Davis generation where you just win, baby. And of course, we're playing the Niners, and they got all their wine and cheese fans in there dominating our stadium. Wouldn't it be great to shove it in their face with a guy who hasn't even played a game this year, Jared Stidham? It would be unbelievable. But again, it raises the questions. Was Derek Carr torpedoed from the get-go? And if so, why did they even extend him in the first place? So with that said, I want to appreciate you guys coming out. I see a bunch of you guys in here, 36 in TikTok, 6 people in the YouTube chat. Again, we will be back here on both TikTok and YouTube live, 6 p.m. Pacific time, Raider time tomorrow to do the full game review and my grades. And I'll have the chat room open if you want to come out and talk. And until then, let's go back to the second half. And as always, go Raiders! And Alec Crown.
Something with all the distractions that you have off the field, how are you able to keep focused on winning football games as you do and do throughout the year?
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win, baby.